Good afternoon, this is the State News. I am Olawumi Okonaun. The State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, has again enjoined the commissioners, special advisors, permanent secretaries, and heads of government agencies and parastatals to work in using towards the attainment of the 5-point development agenda of his administration. The governor made the statement while declaring open a 3-day strategic retreat program for new political office holders and key stakeholders. Governor's Office correspondent Abdurrahim Adikileku completes the story.
Commissioners, special advisors, permanent secretaries, executive secretaries, and heads of ministries, departments, and agencies of government converged on Western Sun Hotel in Ede for a 3-day strategic retreat and onboarding program for new political office holders and key stakeholders with a theme setting a new tone for Osun State. Declaring the retreat open, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke highlighted the 5-point agenda of his administration, which he describes as the yardstick with which people will judge his government. Senator Adeleke called on the new cabinet members to uphold principles of responsive government, honesty, integrity in public service, innovation in governance, prudence, unity of purpose, and due process, among others.
We must run a people-centric government, having at the back of your mind that the principal goal of government is the welfare of the people. So we must ensure reform in education, health, women and youth sector that positively impact on the people. As politicians, it makes sense for us to genuinely serve the people.
He called on the participants to take the retreat seriously so that they will be prepared for governance and warned that failure by any appointee of government that falter on integrity, honesty, and transparency will be dealt with in line with the state laws.
Agricultural processing zones alongside trade zone. The target should be the development of value chain of agricultural products to access local international market. This will energize and engage our women and youth and transform Osun State from its present civil service status.
Earlier in his address, the head of service, Mr. Ayanleye Aina, said the workshop was put together to equip the political appointees with the necessary knowledge that will guide them in their official conduct. The head of service described the civil service as the branch of government that is responsible for the smooth running of government.
We all come from various backgrounds, the SAs, the commissioners, the PS, and so on. This understanding, we must all work together towards achieving common goals. In essence, we need to show leadership with discipline, objectivity, clarity of purpose, integrity, courage, meritocracy, and adhering to national regulations and rules in service. Speaking
with OSBC News, the convener of the onboarding program, Dr. Dare Victor, said the vision is not just to equip the participants with the rhetorics of the technical know-how required of them to govern the state, but also designed to bring them together for a healthy interpersonal relationship that will smoothen the business of governance in Osun State.
It's a forum for an executive soldiers. Some of these commissioners, he may not even know them one-on-one, you know, while election is going on. This is a very big state. But this, you can see what has happened today, beyond the academia and also all the presentation that's going to happen. The governor is able to bond with his people, bond with the permanent secretary, bond with the executive secretaries, bond with the commissioners, one-on-one bonding. You see what happened on the head table.
It has been Abdurrahim Adikileku reporting.
The appointment of Dr. Peter Babalola as the chairman of the Governing Council of the Osun State College of Education, Ilaorogun, has been described as a round peg in a round hole. Receiving Dr. Babalola and his entourage in his palace on his way to assume duty, the Aragun of Ila, Oba Wahab Oyedotun Bibire I, praised Senator Ademola Adeleke for the appointment and for developing interest on matters affecting Ilaorogun. Oba Oyedotun tasked Dr. Babalola and his council to see the overhauling of the decaying infrastructures in the institution from the palace. Dr. Babalola, who had earlier been received by the institution's management, led by the provost, Professor Afolabi Atonda, at the boundary between Ilaorogun and Oton Ayigbaju, proceeded to the college premises. Welcoming Dr. Babalola, the institution provost, Professor Afolabi Atonda, pledged the cooperation of all stakeholders on the campus for maximum support that will promote effective and efficient transformation of the institution under the new chairman. Responding, the new governing council chairman explained that the administration of Senator Ademola Adeleke is not interested in witch hunting, but wants that any act of infraction henceforth would be greatly resisted. Dr. Babalola acted on the need for total loyalty to the state, benefit of all the stakeholders of the citadel of learning. Dr. Babalola was thereafter conducted round the institution for an on-the-spot assessment with a view to having first-hand information. A retired Secretary General in the state, Mr. Kola Buhari, has eulogized the giant stride made by Governor Ademola Adeleke in the education sector, saying fresh air has been brought into the system. Mr. Buhari stated this while speaking with OSBC News in Osogbo. The retired Secretary General noted the present government in the state has revived the sector within just few months of his administration, adding that training and retraining of its personnel should be given a top priority.
Sometimes it has been a ding-dong affair. At a time it was fine. At a time it went down, came up again. I think it is picking up again. You see, there are 4 areas we should look at: the government, the teachers, the parents, and the students themselves. In fact, the 5th one is society. But at the end of the day, society, all the 4 named ones above are components of the society. You see, the government has a duty to bring up the teachers effectively and efficiently well, so that they can perform well, like giving them their due, pay them their wages and entitlements promptly and at the right time, and you give them training. They should be trained and retrained so that they will come abreast with present educational development at world level, so that, because the students we are bringing up, they are going to be sent into the world and they can be found to work anywhere in the world, so they have to be brought up to the international standard.
An activist from Osun State, Comrade Waheed Lawal, has described the address by President Bola Tinubu as not only out of point, but also a deviation from the yearnings of Nigerians. Comrade Lawal, who thumbed up the planned protest of the labor force, described the president's speech as a forlorn hope. He speaks.
The statement of Mr. President does not address the issue on ground.